Inside the 7 tumultuous days that led to the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey, Washington was thrown into chaos. What began with the forced resignation of a top US attorney ended with an unprecedented move, an indictment of the man who had once investigated President Donald Trump. At the center of this storm was Lindsey Halligan, Trump's former personal lawyer. Just 4 days into her job as US Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Halligan stood before a grand jury asking them to indict Comey. She had no prior prosecutorial experience, but her appointment sent a clear signal. Loyalty to Trump was the only qualification that mattered. The indictment charged Comey with 2 counts of lying under oath and 1 count of obstruction of justice. But in a remarkable twist, the grand jury rejected one of the false statement charges, a rare rebuke in federal court proceedings. Still, the approval of 2 counts propelled the country into what critics describe as a dangerous lurch toward authoritarianism. Trump had long demanded retribution. For months, he had complained that while he himself had been indicted 5 times, his political enemies, people like Comey, New York Attorney General Letitia James, and Congressman Adam Schiff, had faced no such accountability.
What they've done is terrible. I hope, frankly, there are others because you can't let this happen to a country.
The president went further, signing an executive order directing the Justice Department to investigate liberal groups and even singling out Democratic donor George Soros as a likely candidate. But Trump's immediate focus was James Comey. The countdown to his indictment began the previous Friday, when US Attorney Erik Siebert resigned under pressure after resisting Trump's demands to prosecute Trump's enemies. Trump publicly claimed he had fired Siebert, saying bluntly, "Yeah, I want him out, yeah." By Saturday, Trump was venting on Truth Social, writing directly to Attorney General Pam Bondi. "We can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility. They impeached me twice and indicted me 5 times over nothing. Justice must be served now." Bondi had concerns about the strength of the case, but she ultimately fell in line, posting support on social media and dismissing reports of her reservations as a flat-out lie. Time was running out. The statute of limitations on Comey's testimony to Congress in 2020 was set to expire within days. During that testimony, Comey told the Senate Judiciary Committee that he had not authorized anyone at the FBI to be an anonymous source in media reports about Trump or Hillary Clinton. The indictment claimed that statement was false. Inside the Justice Department, turmoil reigned. The Eastern District of Virginia had 3 different officials in charge in a single week. Halligan, after crash courses with DOJ attorneys and FBI officials, stood before the grand jury on Thursday, September 25th to present the case. By 5 p.m., the Alexandria courthouse was locked down. Hours later, Magistrate Judge Lindsey Halligan received the indictment. 14 jurors voted to indict Comey on 2 counts. The judge confirmed that a 3rd proposed charge had been rejected, an almost unheard of move.
"I haven't seen this before. It's very rare for a count that's been presented to the grand jury to be rejected."
As the news broke, Comey's attorney Patrick Fitzgerald issued a defiant response.
Jim Comey denies the charges filed today in their entirety. We look forward to vindicating him in the courtroom.
Comey himself posted a short message online. "I will not be intimidated." There were surreal scenes outside Comey's Virginia home. Neighbors watched as cameras gathered, pizzas were mysteriously delivered to the house, and reporters camped out for a glimpse of the former FBI director. Back inside the courthouse, a shocking twist unfolded. Troy Edwards Jr., Comey's son-in-law and a prosecutor in the same US Attorney's office that had indicted him, privately met with the judge before resigning in protest.
To uphold my oath to the Constitution and country, I hereby resign as an Assistant United States Attorney effective immediately.
The indictment marked a dramatic escalation in Trump's 2nd term. In 2017, Comey's firing had triggered Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Now, with Trump firmly in control of the Justice Department, his critics warn he has weaponized it against his enemies.